Hello everyone, welcome to TTV News with some latest events in TayNinhTV province. And now we come into details. Dear audience, in the morning of December 20, the Association of Retired Teachers of TayNinhTV province had the fourth Congress of the associations for the 2022-2027 term.
During the last term, officials and members of the Provincial Association of Retired Teachers have united and joined hands to build a strong and stable association and made important contributions to the education and training of the province. The province so far has one provincial association and 9 associations at district and city levels with over 3,200 members. The association has built 45 topics and solutions for the local education sector and supported it to carry out reforms and replace new textbooks. Besides, the association also mobilized 3 billion Vietnam to support poor households in border communes with scholarships, books, pens, notebooks, and bicycles. For the next term, the association will maintain practical activities such as always setting an example in all activities, taking care of students to young generations, taking care of the material and spiritual life and legitimate and lawful interests of members, as well as facilitating retired teachers in making quality and effective contributions to the education and training of the province. The Congress elected 17 new members of the Executive Committee of the Provincial Association of Retired Teachers. Mr. Nguyễn Văn Quê was selected as president of the 4 association for the 2022-2027 term. On this occasion, the Provincial People's Committee rewarded 3 individuals who made many contributions in the activities of the Provincial Association of Retired Teachers for the 2017-2022 term.
At the same day, the delegation led by Mr. Hà Minh Giáo, Vice Chairman of the Trảng Bàng Town's People's Committee, visited religious institutions in the town on the occasions of the coming Christmas.
The delegation visited religious institutions such as Trảng Bàng Parish located in Trảng Bàng Ward, Tha La Parish in An Hòa Ward, Bình Nguyên Parish and Trảng Bàng Evangelical Church based in Gia Bình Ward. Vice Chairman of Trảng Bàng Town People's Committee Hà Minh Giáo and members of the delegation inquired about the health of priests, pastors and monks, as well as wisdom Protestants and Catholics a peaceful and happy Christmas. Mr. Giáo hoped that in the coming time, priests and pastors will continue to propagate and mobilize parishioners to well observe the provisions of the law on belief, religion, promote solidarity, live in a good and moral life, join hands with local authorities to take care of socio-economic development in association with building a civilized lifestyle, according to the motto living a good life with religious beliefs. On this occasion, the delegation presented 4 gifts to religious institutions worth 1.5 million Vietnam dong each. On December 20th, the People's Committee of Thanh Phước Commune của Dầu District held a ceremony to organize the traditional craft of making rice paper at Cây Xoài Hamlet, Thanh Phước Commune của Dầu District. The craft of making rice paper in the locality was established prior to 1954, associated with many generations from father to son here. Thanh Phước Commune has 36 households with more than 100 workers engaged in making rice paper. Each household can produce about 20 rolls of rice paper per day. Products are mainly consumed in the domestic market. The average monthly income of an employee is 4 million Vietnam dong. Under the authorization of the Provincial People's Committee leadership, Mr. Trương Tấn Đạt, Deputy Director of the Department of Agriculture and Rural Development, handed over the decision and the board recognizing the traditional craft of making rice paper to the local representative.
The audience, the press conference to officially announce the current Miss Universe Vietnam Nguyễn Thị Ngọc Châu as the Vietnamese representative at the Miss Universe 2022 was held on December 20 in Ho Chi Minh City.
Mr. Trần Viết Bảo Hoàng, CEO Unimedia, representing Miss Universe Vietnam's organizing committee, solemnly announced and officially awarded such along with the certificate of representation of Vietnam to Miss Nguyễn Thị Ngọc Châu to participate in Miss Universe 2022 to be held in New Orleans, the United States in January 2023. The program has the participation of Miss runner-ups, companion partners, and representatives of media agencies. With the beauty, confidence, and bravery, Miss Universe Vietnam Nguyễn Thị Ngọc Châu is ready to conquer her universal dream. Especially at the press conference, the national costume Thiếu Cà Mau was performed for the first time by Miss Ngọc Châu in front of the media and the audience. Under the creation of designer Nguyễn Quốc Việt, the national costume expressed the spirit, meaning, and unique features of Vietnamese culture, life, and people. It's expected that Ngọc Châu will continue to leave for the U.S. on December 26 to attend a training course before entering the official schedule of the competition. The final night of Miss Universe 2022 will be held on January 14, 2023, United States time zone. Sympathy, sharing, love, and spread is the message that the heart-to-heart program of TayNinhTV radio and television station always wants to get closer to unfortunate circumstances. This time, the love is given to a young couple who are trying to overcome the difficult period when they have to raise 3 young children with their frail elderly mother. Mr. Nguyễn Minh Hiếu, born in 1987, residing in Kenin Hamlet, Phước Trạch Commune, Cù Dầu District, is currently the breadwinner of the family. All living expenses depend entirely on his meager income. His wife is unable to work because he had just given birth a few days ago. They have 2 more children who are still too young, along with his frail elderly mother, whose eyes are almost incapable of seeing. The program hopes to receive the companionship from sponsors and benefactors to help the family get through tough times, give them more power to rise up in life. In the morning of December 20th, the military command of TayNinhTV province held a ceremony to hand over the 100 dome house to Private First Class Nguyễn Khánh Toàn, a disadvantaged soldier residing in Tân Đông 2 Hamlet, Tân Lập Commune, Tân Biên District. He is doing his national service at the 105th Infantry Company under the military command of Tân Biên District. This is one of the activities to celebrate the 78th anniversary of the founding of the Vietnam People's Army, December 22nd. The house was built solidly with a total cost of 150 million Vietnam dong, 80 million Vietnam dong of which is supported by the Provincial Military Command, deducted from the fund of 100 dome house model. The rest is contributed by Mr. Toang's family. The 100 dome house is a new model launched by the Military Youth Committee and received the response from the party committees at all levels in the whole army. The fund is contributed by officials, union members, and young people to build houses for officials, union members, and young people who have difficulty in housing. This is a model that clearly shows the military real policy. In the coming time, the Provincial Military Command will continue to thoroughly grasp and implement the model, demonstrating the good nature of the Vietnamese Army in taking care of officials and soldiers. On this occasion, the Provincial Military Command, the Military Command of Tân Biên District, and the local government also presented gifts to the family of Mr. Toang. Colonel Trần Quốc Hưng congratulated the family on getting a new house and also advised the Private First Class Nguyễn Khánh Toàn to rest also in his work and continue to make efforts to overcome difficulties to successfully complete the assigned tasks.
The audience, the project building Young Entrepreneurs Village deployed by the Central Committee of the Ho Chi Minh Communist Youth Unions have turned the disastrous border areas into new village where young households will participate in productions and contributing to preserving sovereignty and security in the border area.
After more than 13 years of implementation, the Young Entrepreneurs Village established in Vân Cư Hamlet, Ninh Commune, Châu Thành District, TayNinhTV Province, is also changing day by day. The project was established in 2008 by TayNinhTV Provincial Youth Union. By 2010, the village began to welcome the first owners to set up business. In those long years of formation and construction, it's easy to see a clear change in infrastructure such as widened roads, electricity connected to 8 households and solid houses, all of which proves that the life here is increasingly changing and developing. I have been setting up my business here since 2011. It was very difficult to travel here. The roads were full of holes. Since the government supported the construction of this pontoon road, it's very easy for the locals to travel. The transportation of agricultural products is also several times easier than before. Not only the appearance has changed, but the life of residents in the Young Entrepreneurs Village is also getting better and better. The households here have changed their thinking and practices of agricultural production, applying science and technology in production, contributing to increasing growth and livestock production. Especially the Provincial Youth Union always accompanies and supports them in economic development and social security. Since its establishment, under the leadership of the Standing Committee of the Provincial Youth Union, members of the Village Management Board have launched many specific programs and activities to take care of households, such as activities to connect and create conditions for households to do business so that they can associate and establish cooperatives. We also timely mobilize resources to ensure social security for the village. The most important thing is that we have the support of sponsors to facilitate the village in developing both physically and spiritually. After more than 13 years of setting up business in the Young Entrepreneurs Village, most households have budgeted more means for production and life. The households participating in the project so far have basically had a better life than before. My wife and I moved from Hoa Hội to live here since 2010. Thanks to the party in the state, my family was granted land for production. Then we can accumulate. Our children so far have entered the university, and my family life is stable. The Young Entrepreneurs Village project was established 10 years ago. The life of people here have changed a lot. It changes in food, accommodation, lifestyle, and surrounding architecture of the village. Now the village is covered by the green color of crops and the blue shirt of young volunteers. That is a huge change. The second change is the economic life of the households here. The village now has many well-off and rich households. Along with the development of economic life, the households living in Ninh Young Entrepreneurs Village are also actively contributing to the task of consolidating the defense and security posture and firmly protecting the border area.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's all for today's TTV News. Thanks for joining with us and see you next time.